Hi friends, welcome back. Today we're talking about exterior intersections on arcs and angles. Previous one we talked about the interior of a circle. Now we're talking about the exterior. Grab your notebook, you're going to want to write these down. In case you don't already have these notes, we have a couple new theorems. We have this one, and so technically it's the measure of arc BC minus the measure of arc AC divided by 2 gives us the measure of angle 1. In an easier way to think about this is, we take this red arc, we minus the blue arc, divide that number by 2, and that gives us this angle that's out here. Let's take a look at when it's two tangents. It's the same idea here. We take, it's easier to point with a pencil. We take this red arc here minus the blue arc, and notice it's making an entire circle, 360 degrees. Divide that number by 2, and we get our angle that's right outside here. So you can see red minus blue divided by 2 gives us the measure of angle 2, and here's how you would technically write it down. The measure of M and P. You got the idea. And then if we have two secants, so two lines that are going through, same idea. We take this big one minus this one, divide by 2, and we get this angle right in here. So it's all about the same idea here. So let's give this a practice then. All right, so we've got this guy right here. First, we're going to find the measure of angle X for this guy, the measure of angle X. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take so we know that this whole circle is 360 degrees. Since it's already written in blue, let me use red here so you can see. So we know the whole circle is 360 degrees, right? If we do 360 and we subtract 247, we end up with 113. So this guy right here is 113 because this 113 goes from here to here, just so you can kind of visualize this better. And then this 247 goes all the way here. So that's our full circle. So now in order for us to solve this, then we would say 247 minus 113 divided by 2 is going to give us our X here. So if we do 247 minus 113, we end up with 134 divided by 2 equals our X. Divide that by 2, we get X equals 67 degrees. 67 degrees. Okay, so let's take a look at another one here. We have this example. Slide that up there. Okay, so same idea. We know that there are 360 degrees in a circle, correct? So we've got 300. So what we need to do is find this missing bit right here. So if we take 360 and we subtract 110 and 175, we end up with 75 degrees right here. So this 75 plus this 175 plus this 110 is all going to equal 360. Okay, so how do I find the value of X here? Whoops, didn't mean to mark that. We get 110 minus 75 divided by 2 equals X. So if we do 110 minus 75, we end up with 35 over 2 equals X. And we divide that by 2, we end up with X equals 17.5. So this guy right here, this tiny little angle is going to be 17.5 degrees. Good. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. All right, with these ones, same idea here. We want to take this and then subtract this guy right in here and divide it by 2, and that'll give us our X. But first we have to figure out what that guy is right there. Well, if we have 360 and we subtract 190 and then subtract 120, we end up with 50 degrees. So this little bit, this little arc right there is 50 degrees. So in order for us to find our X here, we would say, sorry, my camera's looking a little wonky there. Okay, so in order for us to do that, we would say 120, that's this thing right here, minus 50 divided by 2 equals X. And so we do 120 minus 50, which gives us 70, and divide that by 2, we get 35. So X would equal 35 degrees. So hopefully this helps, gives you the basics on these. Then you can apply these rules with algebra and other situations. But now that you know those rules, hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, leave them below. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.